Good evening. It's Monday, January 10th. Three, two. Good evening. It's Monday, January 10th. Big night in sports. Let's get you caught up on the top story.
And we begin this evening, of course, with team coverage from Athens to Indy as Dog Nation hopes to celebrate its first title in 41 years. Our Jamie Kennedy is in Athens with the very latest.
Oh, Fred, if you want to see what's going on, fever pitch right now. Listen to this crowd. They just cannot believe what's about to possibly go down tonight. And the energy is just going nuts and crazy. And everyone cheering and hoping that the bell will ring and the Dogs will come home champions. For the city of Athens, there can almost be no bigger occasion.
So excited. No, absolutely. 110%. We got Bama this time.
The whole city turning into a massive watch party for tonight's huge football championship. Fans from far and wide doing what they had to be here for an event they say could bring the city to a standstill.
My friend lives where I live in Jersey. We have something called the Dog Pound. We get together and watch the games up there, but once things started looking like, wow, this is our year, we booked the trip.
Authorities say a fun and safe time is their priority for fans.
We will increase our staffing to address the anticipated crowds that'll be down there.
And even though the red tide washed over the Dogs only a month ago,
We got it.
At their time, it's our time.
fans saying the past is the past.
I think they're connected, like he said. They are connected. They've got it going on now. They're ready for it.
And if the Dogs pull off what everyone is hoping, cheering and praying for, there is only one place for Dog fans to be.
Well, I'll probably come ring the bell.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Stand in the line, I'm sure.
Yeah. And you can only imagine how many times they will ring that bell if that championship comes home. But just once again, and you can bet the campus might be a little bit quiet tomorrow if those Dogs come home champions. Live in Athens, sending it back to you guys.
With hyper teenagers, we muted that for a reason. Now, if you couldn't make the trip to Indy, you could still watch the Dogs in Atlanta. Dozens of bars and restaurants are hosting watch parties. We have a list of some of the biggest events on our website at cbs46.com.
Happening tomorrow, President Biden travels to Georgia to talk about voting rights. As we take a live look at the White House, where the Biden administration tonight is preparing for the president's trip. The president will be joined by Vice President Kamala Harris.
The White House says the trip will highlight the need for legislation to protect the right to vote. The pair will speak at the Atlanta University Center Consortium on the grounds of Clark Atlanta University and Morehouse College. The White House says President Biden is, quote, focused on ensuring the American people understand what is at stake.
And he'll make clear in the former district of the late Congressman John Lewis that the only way to do that are for the Senate to pass the Freedom to Vote Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act.
The president will arrive at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport just before 1 p.m. tomorrow before traveling to Atlanta. Prepare yourself if your commute includes anything near the airport. It will be affected by this. He'll give remarks around 3:30 and we'll head back to Washington, D.C. around 5:15 Tuesday evening. We'll have live coverage of his visit both on air and on our CBS 46 app.
Right now, lawmakers should be wrapping up their first day of the legislative session, but the day was abruptly cut short instead. Haley Mason live in Atlanta tonight explaining why the session got off to a slow start, and they have a pretty good reason, Haley.
I've got 3 letters for you, Rick. UGA. That's why lawmakers got out of here in what I would consider a pretty quick start to this legislative session. They ended the day early after just 30 minutes in both the House and the Senate, and even canceled session for tomorrow, hoping to be celebrating a championship victory for Georgia. Nonetheless, I did get to squeeze in a little bit of business with lawmakers in the midst of the football frenzy. The first day of the 2022 legislative session convened with lawmakers draped in red and black. Showing up for an abbreviated schedule,
This House will be adjourned.
The House adjourning after just 30 minutes so the Georgia lawmakers could go cheer on the Georgia Bulldogs in the national championship game. The state Senate also breezing through a 30-minute session, gavel to gavel, moving agenda items back to committees until Wednesday. But some items already on the discussion table, Buckhead cityhood.
I think the Speaker, we disagree on policy in a lot of respects, but I think that he's right on the side of this issue as it relates to Buckhead. I suspect he's going to be the grown-up in the room that slows this down.
The issue has lawmakers in and outside of Atlanta split.
I think that you will see constitutional carry a little faster than you will Buckhead City.
Senate Majority Leader Mike Dugan pointing out the governor's push to pass constitutional carry is top of mind for many Republican lawmakers.
Constitutional carry has been worked heavily during the off session.
It's time. This gives the rights for you to take care of the evil before evil comes.
Democrats, though, calling the push nonsensical.
And constitutional carry in this day and age doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and we'll certainly fight it.
It's a tweak to how we have Second Amendment rights in Georgia now. So what I would caution people is before they start going way off the deep end about what these bills do and don't do, let's just wait until we let it go through the process.
With a polarizing election year ahead, the Senate Majority Leader hopes this.
I want us to focus on, instead of the gamesmanship of it, actually doing what's right.
And now we know, although the legislative session will not be taking place tomorrow, the president and vice president will be here discussing voting rights and election laws. Governor Kemp announcing late this afternoon he will hold a press conference at the same time regarding election rights, along with the Attorney General Chris Carr. Secretary of State Raffensperger holding one tomorrow morning ahead of the president's visit. So still a very busy day here at the Capitol tomorrow. Lawmakers return Wednesday morning. Reporting live at the state capitol, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
Haley, thank you. And new tonight, it's getting much easier for Americans to test for COVID-19 as we fight the worst wave of cases yet. Starting Saturday, private health insurers will be required to cover home COVID-19 tests. The Biden administration just announced the change hours ago. Under the new policy, health insurers have to cover up to 8 home tests per month per person. Americans will be able to either purchase kits for free under their insurance or submit receipts for reimbursement. The Georgia Health Department is also addressing the demand for COVID testing with new mega testing sites. We found cars lined up, wrapped around the parking lot at a new mega testing site in DeKalb County today. It is one of 2 new sites located in Stonecrest at Jim Miller Park in Marietta. DPH says they are starting with these 2, but could still add more locations if necessary.
Random gunfire is terrorizing people in a Gwinnett County neighborhood. One man ended up with a pellet permanently lodged into his neck.
Police say he isn't the only victim. They also got reports of cars hit on that same day. CBS 46's Mary Smith has more on the story.
Gwinnett County police say they're searching for whoever used a pellet gun to shoot at several cars, hitting a man inside of one of the vehicles. It all happened here at this intersection.
It was like, oh my goodness, I'm probably gonna die.
Take a look at this scan. Just 2 days into the new year, Sean, who doesn't want us using his last name, says he and his fiance were driving near Kilgore and Cross Roads with their windows down when suddenly he was hit in the neck. You can see the bullet lodged nearly 2 inches into his body.
And not 20 seconds after turning out of the neighborhood, I was struck in the neck with a projectile. We had the windows in the vehicle down, cruising.
Sean says all he could think about was making it to his wedding in 2 weeks.
Obviously, I was terrified. I mean, where it hit me, I knew that, I mean, I'm not a medical person, but I knew there's something real important in there. So I thought, like, you know, when I reached my hand up and it was just covered in blood, it was like, oh my goodness.
He says doctors recommended to leave the bullet, which they believe to be from a pellet gun, in his neck, saying surgery might be too risky. And now he says even speaking is difficult.
Now they have strongly urged that I do not do that at this point, as it's too dangerous. It's like an 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches deep in my neck.
Gwinnett County Police received several reports of objects striking vehicles in this area on the same day Sean was hit. At least 3 other cars were allegedly struck with BB or pellet rounds. causing damage. One report says a possible pellet round left damage an inch in diameter that chipped the paint away from the vehicle. They all happened on the evening of Sunday, January 2nd. Gwinnett County police are actively investigating who is responsible. In Gwinnett County, Mary Smith, CBS 46 News.
A crime alert tonight, and a 7-year-old girl with autism hit and killed. Tonight, the search is on for the driver who police say left the scene. It happened late Sunday night after the girl walked out of her Cobb County home without her parents knowing. Today, police were back out on New McEver Road in Ackworth, looking for clues that could help find the driver. Neighbors tell us they're also keeping an eye out.
The fact that it was a hit and run, I do whatever I can to protect the neighborhood and help find the person who did this.
Police say the suspected vehicle should have front end damage and damage to one or both headlights. The car is also missing a University of Alabama vanity plate. Anyone with information should call police.
New at 6, a Carroll County deputy's quick thinking saves a man from overdosing in a gas station bathroom. The sheriff's department says Deputy Amber Cardell stopped at the Quick Trip on Bankhead Highway on her way home last week. People inside then told her there was an unconscious smell in the bathroom. When she went to check it out, she found a man who was pale, had shallow breathing, and was sweating profusely. Deputy Cardell realized what was happening, gave the man a dose of Narcan. He eventually regained consciousness and refused further treatment.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.